Welcome back to our channel. Today we are here with a storytime video about Adrienne's birth. So, here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, so
How far back are we going?
let's just go just the day of her birth.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So what was that day like for you?
For me, that day was I was working at my old job, and I remember I went to the bathroom and something like my mucus plug came out in the bathroom. I didn't know what that was until I Googled it, and I was having like some contractions, but not like really, like they weren't super close together. So I finished my shift at the job. I think I called you while I was there, and I let you know, and I called my grandma and let her know, like, hey, I'm having, I think I'm having contractions. My grandma was like, you need to go home right now. You need to leave. I was like, it's fine. Finished my shift up at the job, drove home, and then I think you were at
Yeah, I was at
work.
Yeah.
And then after that, when Amar got home, I wanted to go out to eat.
Hold on, you just skipped over
Okay.
the most
I'm sorry.
important part.
Go ahead.
So like I'm heading home and I'm riding on my motorcycle and it was so windy and my supervisor had asked me, he's like, hey, I think you might want to put your big coat on before you ride out. And I was like, nah, I'm good, I'll be all right. And maybe like 2 minutes away from the job and the wind just started hitting me. So I'm like, I'm gonna pull over and put my jacket on. And I wrecked the motorcycle, crashed, and was in a bunch of pain. Then I drove back home, after the motorcycle accident. And what did we do after that?
We went out to eat because I knew when you go to the hospital and they admit you can't eat, and I was hungry. So we went and we sat down at the restaurant while I was having contractions, and we ate. I had some grilled salmon and some mashed potatoes. And then after that, it was like 11 o'clock too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like
it was pretty late, yeah.
And then after that, we went to the hospital.
Yeah.
So now, mind you, we're at the hospital, and I'm in labor, like active labor with Adrienne. And Amar is over here talking about how much pain he's in.
I mean, I was just in a motorcycle accident a couple hours before. I was in a lot of pain. I got a pretty high pain tolerance, so I wasn't one like just to complain about pain. I was really hurting.
I was really hurting too.
We were hurting together.
So Amar was just
my neck, my back.
Yeah, and now mind you, we didn't get actually admitted into the hospital for Adrienne until we got to the hospital about 12. We didn't get admitted until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So during that time, I had no type of pain, anything, like no pain medicine, no nothing. I'm just in there listening to Amar talk about how much pain he's in.
I was in a lot of pain.
And so finally, they admit us, and then I finally get an epidural, go to sleep, and then all I remember is I woke up, and like people were just rushing in there, and they're like, she's coming, she's coming, she's coming. And like, just imagine, like, you're finally in a good sleep, and then you wake up, and like all these people are just rushing in there. And I really didn't know what was going on because I was like halfway awake. So then it was time to push Adrienne out. I feel like it was pretty fast. Right?
I don't know. I think at first you weren't giving it your all. I had to kind of motivate you because they were like, tell her to push. I'm like, push. And then she did a push, and I seen Adrienne's hair. So I was like, oh, you need to push. You suffocated my baby down there. Get up out of there. So she pushed in, and, she was able to come out, and we got to hold our baby. But before, what did Adrienne do to you?
Okay, so I was not prepared for this part. So when you have a baby, and I don't know if this is something you can like ask them not to do. So like when Adrienne came out, they just like threw her on me, and like she was still like she had all that stuff on her, and then her finger touched my lip with all that like
baby
gunk and stuff on it, and I was just like. I was so disgusted, and then it just had me questioning, like, dang, am I gonna be a good mom, like, if this is disgusting me? But it was fine after that. Like, after we got through that little hurdle, it was fine. And she came out, and she was beautiful, and she still is beautiful, and she's growing and being more independent now, and it's just beautiful to be able to see
somebody grow.
Yeah.
Somebody, not something.
Somebody, sorry.
Yeah, somebody grow.
So yeah, and then after that, because we were in Adrienne's birthday is so close to Thanksgiving, we were actually in the hospital for Thanksgiving, and Amar brought the whole gear to the hospital. We had the PlayStation. Did you bring a TV?
No, they had a TV up there. Yeah.
But Amar brought the game, the PlayStation, so we were able to watch Netflix, and then our family brought food up there.
But you couldn't eat though, could you?
I could eat. Yeah, I think I could eat.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like the second day, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, but it was just funny because like we had our whole little entertainment set up in the hospital.
It was pretty fun.
It was.
Greatest day of our lives.
Best day.
Do you want to talk about when you found out you was pregnant? You want to talk about
Oh
that?
my gosh, I found out I was pregnant. So it was the Easter Sunday. Is that night before Easter? I took the test. And I felt like I already knew I was pregnant, so I didn't even need to look at the test. I took the I took the test the night before Easter, and then I didn't look at the test. And then I looked at the test. It was Easter morning, and it said pregnant. And then I went to church, and I remember my pastor was preaching this sermon. And I don't know, I can't even remember what the sermon was about, but I felt like he was talking directly to me because I felt like he knew before anybody else knew. He just knew. And then I was just like so scared and nervous. And I don't even remember how I told you.
I skipped church that day, so I was just at the house chilling at my mom's house. She came in and was like, yeah, Amara, we need to talk. And I was like, what's up? You know, I don't know what she's about to say. And she's like, I'm pregnant.
No, I think I was like, what about if I was pregnant?
Oh, yeah.
And then you were just like, yeah, that would be good. Or that would be, the timing just not right. And then I started crying.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know she was pregnant, so forgive me. That probably wasn't the best thing to say, but I'm happy that we had Adrienne. The best thing that ever happened to us.
Yes.
By far. She's a great kid. So,
also, we've been getting a lot of questions now that Adrienne is older about the second child, and
probably not gonna happen anytime soon.
Not anytime soon, not right now. I think because we had Adrienne so young, and I think now we're really just focusing on making sure where we need to be able to provide for Adrienne. And I think when you bring another child into the world, you have to be prepared for that.
Right. Both like financially, mentally, spiritually, everything. Because everything that you do is it goes right into them. They learn directly from you. So if you're not in the best position, you kind of want to wait, you know. Yeah. Even though I learned a lot from Adrienne, I don't want to bring another kid in and not be able to provide more than enough for everybody, you know, for not everybody, but for Adrienne. You know, I don't want our lives to drastically change financially or mentally. I don't want us to be like not giving each other or the new baby or Adrienne any less attention. I don't want that. I want to make sure we're living like the families we see on TV. Right.
Yeah. And I think too, another thing is because we got married and pregnant and did everything so young. I think now we're really truly figuring out what it is we want to do with our lives, and we're planning to figure out what our goals are and create plans for our lives, and we're kind of on track versus like
going with the flow. Be a better way of saying it.
Because that's what we were doing at first. We were just
going with the flow.
Okay, you know.
And that's all well and good, you know. And we're both spiritual people. We both believe God provides, but at the same time, we also understand that, you know,
faith without works.
Right. If you want something to happen, you got to be focused. You got to put all of your energy toward that thing or whatever it is.
We're coming with a lot more content. It's going to be stuff that I think in the past we were just like, I feel like we were doing things that I felt like other people would want to see, and now we're just gonna do the things that we want to do. Like, we just enjoy having conversations and talking to each other, and sometimes we don't have the same perspective on things. We just enjoy having conversations and just sharing our personal experiences with you guys. So yeah, just like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a topic or a subject you want us to talk about or want our opinion on, you can leave it in the comments below. Screen.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye.